Welcome back. The One-Stop Border Post OSBP technical negotiation meeting between Namibia and Botswana was completed last week with positive deliberations. Now, the online meeting, which was convened by the Trans-Kalahari Corridor Secretariat, discussed the technical framework of the implementation of a one-stop border post initiative at the Mamuno and Trans-Kalahari border gates. Executive Director of the Trans-Kalahari Corridor Secretariat, Leslie Mpofu, now joins us with more details on these issues. Good morning, sir, and welcome back to Good Morning Namibia.
Good morning, and thank you very much. And good morning to the viewers.
Please help us understand what a one-stop border post entails.
A one-stop border post, it's a legal framework or facility and associated procedures that allows goods and people to be cleared at one facility. Yes, so this therefore means that when travelers and goods enter or depart, enter one country and depart from another country, they will be cleared in one facility. Therefore, they stop once instead of stopping twice within the like we have the current situations now.
Now, seeing that at least two jurisdictions are involved, how does a legal framework work under such circumstances?
Yes, first and foremost, the countries enact a one-stop border post legislation. Individually. That allows them to actually, operate a one-stop border post and allow, authorities from another country to sit within their own control zones or their country, for them to actually be able to clear and process travelers. And in addition to that, a memorandum of understanding or agreement has to be entered into the both by the member states to ensure that work is done, and to ensure the memorandum of understanding will also entail what needs to be undertaken by the member states. They have to agree as to what this is how we're going to do it, this is how we're going to implement it, this is how we're going to coordinate everything, and also because there are also issues of collections. Yes, this is how we are going to be doing everything.
Yes. Am I understanding you correctly that the Memorandum of Understanding would serve the purpose to operationalize the individual legislation?
Yes.
But also to set out the modalities?
Modalities, is true. Yes, that's it.
Let's take one slight step back. What brought this all about?
Yes, when we talk about trade, what is important is nowadays is just in time deliveries. The issues of delays at the borders, like people always say, time is money. So at the end of the day, the delays that are experienced at the borders or any nodes on the corridors, they relate to transport costs. So the most important thing is that we try to facilitate trade seamlessly, so that costs are also minimized. So this is one of the benefits, so that people and goods, they are processed or facilitated seamlessly without any delays. Yes, so that we can accrue even just-in-time deliveries. Nowadays, companies or entities, they don't want to keep inventory. Yes, you don't want to keep inventory. You don't have storage facilities, because that's a cost. So hence, whatever production that you do, you want anything that comes into the production line to be there just when it is needed. So hence the delays are a problem. Hence now the one-stop border post will try to actually alleviate some of these problems.
Now, being cognizant of the ultimate objective of seamless trade,
Yes.
please walk us through the highlights of last week's engagement.
Yes, basically, the last week's engagement was to conclude on the agreement that the two member states had already entered into. First and foremost, Botswana enacted its one-stop border post legislation in 2013, and Namibia finalized the legislation in 2017. So after the finalization of Namibia's decision, there was now a need to enter into to finalize the agreement. So the member state had already met to work on the agreement, but no, these were stalled because now we find that we had after Namibia had enacted the legislation, we now had issues of COVID and all that. So, but not, hence the negotiation stalled. But now there was need, COVID or no COVID, we still need to meet. Now they have visual platforms and all that. So hence now there was need for us to meet to actually try and finalize that agreement, and so that we can operationalize the one-stop border post.
Very well.
Yes.
Now, according to you, the process was stalled because of the advent of COVID-19.
Yes.
However, you're also sharing with us that Namibia already in 2017 enacted its legislation.
Yes.
What happened between 2017 and 2020?
Yes, between 2017 and 2020, yes, the agreement that was actually drafted by then was now with the attorney generals. Yes, it was submitted. Namibia had submitted that to the attorney generals, and attorney generals were still scribing it. And as soon as Namibia received it from the attorney generals, that's when now we in fact that was last year when they received from attorney generals. Then we started now to actually to initiate these meetings. In fact, the first meeting that we had was in March this year. We had a meeting in March this year, and each country considered what needed to go into the agreement, and we had another meeting now last week, which now concluded the technical aspect on the agreement. So it's not real that maybe the countries were not doing anything, but it's all that because there are processes that need to be actually undertaken.
Help us understand how ultimately this one-stop border post will benefit not only Botswana but Namibia as well.
Yes, it will benefit the member states because like I've already alluded to, the issues of movement of goods and people is going to be enhanced. Issues of security, they're going to be enhanced. Issues of collection of taxes, for instance, they're also going to be enhanced. So the benefits, there are benefits that actually not only go to the national governments, but also the control zones, because now the control zones they will be working together, sitting together, and now even the facilities that they're going to be working on, and the morale also we take that is going to be actually lifted up, and because nowadays you find that you deal with this queue, and then from there you deal with another queue, but now whereby you for instance travelers are cleared once, so that also works easier for the for the personnel.
What does it mean, sir, for travelers to be cleared once?
Yes, in fact that is what I was getting to now, because the Namibia and Botswana have actually agreed on because there are various models of undertaking a one-stop border post. Yes, you can have a situation whereby you have one building, and then all authorities from the member states sit in that one building. But Botswana and Namibia, they have agreed on a juxtaposed, model whereby each country still maintains their own infrastructure and facilities, but you will have members from one country also sitting in that facility. Hence the issue of agreements. That's where they come in, so that travelers and goods that leave Namibia going towards Botswana will be cleared once. Now, what have the model that they've agreed was that since Namibia has a scanner for goods, all freight will be cleared in Namibia, and Botswana has scanners for luggages. So all travelers, private travelers will be cleared by Botswana. So this therefore means that everybody that comes into Botswana as a tourist or as a traveler goes into Botswana from Namibia. They don't stop at the Namibian border, but will just proceed straight to the Botswana border.
With one stamp?
Yes. No, not one stamp. They are going to be stamped in Botswana. When they get to Botswana, they are going to find a Namibian authority as well as Botswana authority sitting together there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
I wish we had a lot more time to unpack the modalities, because it does
yes.
sound complex.
Yes.
We all sighed a sense of relief when the African Continental Free Trade Area was operationalized finally. To what extent will this one-stop border post help us roll out that?
Yes, in fact, it's a means to an end, because the African Free Trade area or agreement, what it entails that Africa should be able to trade with Africa. So hence, when we unlock some of these challenges that are a hindrance to trade, that is going to actually enhance and operationalization of the African Free Trade Agreement, and that is quite critical, because when we talk about trade, when we talk about trade facilitation, we as it is now, we find that it's easier and quicker for Namibia, for instance, to trade with Germany than for Namibia probably to trade with DRC or Tanzania. So when we unlock some of these challenges, some of these, because there are 9 trade barriers, then it makes life quite easier for everybody.
What is the next step?
Well, now the next step, now since the technical people have actually considered the complete on the agreement, now the next step now is to take it to the legal experts, which is on the 25th and 25th and 26th. We are going to be convening a meeting of now legal experts from the 2 member states that we are going to consider the agreement. When they have done and finished it and looked at all the legal aspects that are there, then we submit it to the 2 attorney generals for scrubbing. And we are hoping that this shouldn't be able to take a long time. Maybe by early next year, maybe January or February, we should have our attorney general should have actually been finished with the document, because even in the technical meetings that we're having, a legal expert already sitting there as well.
Very well, sir.
Yes.
Any concluding remarks this morning, please?
Well, probably now is I can just congratulate the 2 member states for the effort that they have actually undertaken to ensure that this agreement is coming into fruition, because it is quite critical for the ordinary citizen of our countries. For them to benefit, you need to be able to go to the shops when you buy whatever you're buying, buy at a reasonable price, because some of these haggles that actually, make it everyday life to be difficult and costly are actually attended to.
Always a pleasure, always a delight, sir.
Thank you very much. Yes.
There you have it. That was the Executive Director of the Trans-Kalahari Corridor Secretariat, Mr. Leslie Mpofu. We'll be right back after a brief break.